Howdy all, lovely to see you all again. Today we're going to be looking at Rise to Remain's Nothing Left. This one is particularly redonk, so let's be patient with it. Let's take a look. Before we get started, I want to just concentrate on the tuning, which is drop C sharp, which is C sharp, G sharp, C sharp again, F sharp, A sharp, D sharp. So get yourself in tune and we'll get started. Right, let's take a look at the first section. It's going to start off with a little bit of legato and then some tapping. I want to start from 5 of the 5th string and play 5, 7, 9, just plucking the first note and hammering on the rest. And then I jump to 7 of the 3rd string, so I'm skipping a string here. I'm going 7, 9, 11, and then going 9, 7, so just reversing that idea. All together from the top. Okay, and then I want to jump back up to the 5th string, but I'm not going to go back to my pinky. All I'm doing here is just jumping to my middle finger on 9 of the 5th and going 9, pulling off to 7, and then hammering back to 9 again. So it'll go. Hopefully that makes sense. And then I want to jump back down to 7 of the 3rd and just work forward. So I'm going to go 7, 9, 11. And then after that I jump to 10 of the 1st and I want to go 10, 12, 14. And you'll notice the whole time we've got this sort of double full tone thing with the distance between the pointer and the middle and the pinky. So that last bit. And then after that point we get the taps involved. So let's try the whole thing thus far, a little slower. Okay, after that I want to tap 17 twice on the 1st string and then just reverse what my left hand is doing, which was 14, 12, 10. Okay, and then I jump that back an octave, so now my left hand's going to be on 11, 9 and 7 of the 3rd string, and I'm going to tap 14 this time and do 2 taps. The same pull off idea, so you see how they're very, very similar. And then we do exactly the same thing down the octave one more time. So we've just gone from the 14 to the 11 to the 9 to the 7, and now I'm jumping to 12 of the 5th string. I do 2 taps here, and then I'm pulling off 9 to 7 to 5. So if we go from the top of the taps, okay, the whole thing thus far. Okay, and then I hit 7 of the 3rd string. Now I slide back slowly, but I'm fairly certain that they do a big whammy drive there. So if you're cool enough to have a whammy, use it. If you're lame like me, just do a slide. And then we work our way back into 7 of the 3rd string and just do a quick pinch harmonic there. Okay, after that we go into some natural harmonics. So this is going to start from the 1st string on 7th fret. We're going to go 7th of the 1st, 7th of the 2nd, and then 7th of the 3rd. You notice that I'm right on the edge of the bar. I'm not trying to get central. That kind of doesn't work. So try and get right on the edge of the bar of 7. And we go 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Whoop. It's better. And then we go to 4th fret of the 5th. That one's a little tricky. With a bit more distortion, I think you probably won't have too much trouble. If you're having difficulty with the harmonics, you can always pick closer to where the bridge is and just get sort of a tighter sound. It makes a tiny bit of difference, you know what I'm talking about. Alright, so let's try and put the whole section together now. Let's have a look at the start of the 2nd section. I'm going to start on 10, but it doesn't matter particularly where you start. We just want to get a nice sliding sound into 12 of the 2nd string. So I start from 10, and then I want to play 9, 10. So sliding from 10 to 12 and then playing 9, 10, and we're going to do this whole idea 3 times. On the 4th group, I slide from 10 to 12 and then just play 10, 9. So just the last 2 notes are in a different order and that's it. Whole thing thus far. Okay, then it goes into these chords here. So what I've got here is 9 of the 3rd and 10 of the 2nd string. And I go... So I do 8 strums forwards and back there. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I play 3 as a flat finger on 9 of the 2nd and the 3rd string. And then the next chord I do just once is 9 and 12. So it's like a little power chord. So it's 12 of the 2nd and 9 of the 3rd. There's a brief break there, and then we want to get back to 10 of the 2nd and then 9 of the 3rd. So all together. So all together from the top now, I'll play it a little slower. Okay, after that we go into this big legato run. Let's slow that down. So what I'm doing here is I'm starting from 9 of the 1st string and I'm going 9, 10, 12, all hammer, and then I will reverse that as pull off. So it's just forwards and back. 9, 10, 12, 10, 9. Then I use the momentum from that pull off to slide from 9 to 7. So I go, when I get to 7, I go 7, 9, 10, and then do the same thing. I'll go 10, 7, 9, 10, and then 9, 7 at the end of that. Sort of go. So all in one pick. Hope that makes sense. And with the same idea again, I use that momentum from 7 to slide to 2, and it's exactly the same formation that I had on 7, 9, and 10. But this time I'm on 2, 4, 5. So it's going to go. So let's try all 3 of those legato ideas together. Okay, then I get to the 2nd string and I go. So what I'm doing here is a pull off from 5 to 2 on the 2nd. And as soon as I get to 2, I want to hammer 3, 5, and then reverse that. So it's going to go 2, 3, 5, 3, 2. So do a pull off from 5 to 2, 3, 5, 3, 2. And then pretty much exactly the same idea on the 3rd string, but I'm moving everything a fret back. So we're going to have a pull off from 4 to 1. So I'm going 4, 1, 2, 4, 2, 1. You just keep in mind they're pretty much the same idea. You should be right. So go from the start of the legato section thus far. And at the end of that I go. So I do a slide from 2 to 4, and then I want to just pick 2 again at the end of that. Let's try the whole section now. Alright, so we've just come out of that pretty crazy legato-y stuff, and then the 3rd section is going to start with this. Okay, so these are pretty standard little shreds. What we've got here, we're starting from 9 of the 3rd string, and I'm going 9, 7, 6, and then the same thing on the 4th. And then I do pretty much the same idea, just working through the scale, but this time the shape's a little different. I'm going 7, 6, 4 on the 3rd string, and the same on the 4th string. Sort of go. And at the end of that I go. So what I do there is a slight bend on 6 of the 3rd string, and then give it a little bit of a squeal. So let's try the whole thing again a little slower. Okay, and then we go into this little phrase here. Okay, so we're just working up a pretty standard scale here. We'll go through it slowly. The first bit I'm going 6, 7 on the 3rd string and then hitting 9 of the 4th. Then I go back to 6 of the 3rd string, and now I go 7, 9 on the 4th. All together. Okay. Then we do roughly the same idea, just from the 4th string to the 5th. So I'm going 6, 7 on the 4th, 9 of the 5th, and then 6 of the 4th, and 7, 9 of the 5th. So we'll try the whole thing again a little slower from the start of this little group. Okay, and then after that, I want to go 5, 7, 4, 5, 2, 4. So to go. to 4 back to 2 again. So I go. Alright, let's try the whole thing from the start of this section. Alright, let's have a look at the fourth section. I've just switched to my neck pickup now just to get a bit more of a shreddier sound. And we're just working through some pretty simple shred ideas, just working up the scale. So I'm going to start from 10 of the first string, and I'm going to go 10, 9, 7, and then the same on the second. Okay, now the next one is the same shape across the first and the second string as well. So this one goes 12, 10, 9, and also the same on the second. And then the next one I'm going 14, 12, and then to 10. So it's a sort of a double full tone shape, and then I do the same thing on the second again. So these are nice easy shreds because you don't have to think too much when you're changing strings. The last one, however, is getting a little bit sort of a B Dorian shape, what I've got here. I'm playing 16, 14, 12, and then when I get to the second string, I'm going 15, 14, 12. So to get that speed, I'm trying not to change my fingering too much. So I'm going pinky, middle pointer, and then ring, middle pointer. Generally with that kind of gap, I'd be using pointer, ring, and then the pinky. But in this situation, it's going to be pointer, middle, ring, just to get that speed. So that shape, one more time, was 16, 14, 12, and then on the second string, 15, 14, 12. So let's try the shred from the start. Okay, and then I slide from 14 to 17. It doesn't particularly matter where you start, as long as you get that sound. Okay, then we work into this. There's a harmony going on over this and over the shreds, and I think he does a tiny bit of whammy in this section, but it sounds okay like this. Let's go over this slowly. I'm starting from 17 of the first, and then I want to go 14, 16 of the first. Okay, after that I want to hit 17 of the second string, and then go back to 14 of the first string. So, okay, and then at the end of that I want to go 15, 17 on the second, and then 14 of the second. So I go all together. And then the last two notes are 15 of the second, and then 16 of the fourth. So if you play it slowly, the notes are actually relatively predictable. Let's try the whole thing from the start of the section now. Okay, let's just concentrate on this quick little shred. I'll play it for you and then we'll slow it down. Alright, I want to start from 17 at the first string. We're going to go 17, 16, 14. And then across the next three strings, we're going to have this kind of 7 pattern. So I'll play it slowly. We've got 7 notes to each string. I'm going 17, 15, 14, 15, 17. So forwards and back. And then the next two notes are going to be 15 to 14 on the second string. So I go, as I said, groups of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 3 notes, then 7. And I do exactly that same idea, relatively similar shape as well, on the third string, but I'm going 16, 14, 13. Then forwards, 14, 16, and then 14, 13 again. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So from the top, when I get to the fourth string, I've got another group of 7. I'm going 16, 14, 12, and then 14, 16, and then 14, 12. So another group of 7. After that, I go into just a straight descend on the 5th string. So there's only 3 notes now, and it's going to go 16, 14, 12. So I've got 3 notes, 7, 7, 7, and then another 3. And at the end of that, I sort of hit a power chord note, so I'm on 14 of the 4th to end that. I'll try it fast, and then we'll do it slowly. Alright, let's finish it off. We're going to to start with this weird kind of D major 7 arpeggio. Alright, let's finish it off. We're going to start off with this D major arpeggio. I'll play it slowly and then we'll work through it together. I'm starting off initially with a hammer on from 5 to 9 on the 5th string. And then when I get to the 9th fret, I'm kind of working with what would be kind of an F minor arpeggio. It kind of looks like that to me. If that makes sense to anyone out there. Anyway, we're going to do a 5 to 9 hammer on, and then hit 7 of the 4th, and then 6 of the 3rd. After that, I hit 7 of the 2nd string, and then I want to do a hammer on from 5 to 7 on the 1st string. Okay, as soon as I've hit that 5 to 7, I want to tap 9th fret of the 1st string, and then reverse back to that 7-5 as a pull off. After that, I want to go to 7 of the 2nd string, and then finish that arpeggio on 6 of the 3rd string. Okay, and then I sort of get my ring finger down and slide in to 11 of the 3rd string. What we're doing is working with sort of an F sharp minor 7th arpeggio here. So I'm sweeping these 3 notes into the hammer on and then eventually tapping. So I'll go through this slowly. I'm playing 11 of the 3rd, 10 of the 2nd, and 9 of the 1st. As soon as I hit that 9 of the 1st, I hammer to 12 and then to 14 on the 1st string. And then when I get there, I want to do 2 taps on the 17. So I'll do that again. Okay, now as soon as I've hit that double tap, I want to pull off to 14, obviously because the tap's gone off, and then pull off to 12 and then to 9. So it's going to go. So after I've done that double tap, the reversal isn't exactly the same, unfortunately. What I'm doing here is I'm doing a pull off from 12 to 10 on the 2nd string, and then a flat finger across 11 of the 3rd and the 4th string. When I get to the 4th string, I pull off from 11 to 9, and then I just hit an open note on the 5th. Now what I do to cheat is I'll play the open note and then just do a slide on the 6th string, but obviously he's just hitting that and doing a deep whammy drive with that. Okay, so let's try the whole thing from the F sharp minor, and then we'll join to the D1. Sorry, 2 taps. Alright, from the D now. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. It is a tricky one. I'll catch you guys real soon. Have fun with it.